knowledge we share with each other.
Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another Kicking It session. Today, I've got a returning guest, probably one of my best interviews, John Kim, Litecoin evangelist, co-owner. I want to talk about this too, of the Cornerstone Global Management Group. You got to tell me a little bit about that, John. What's good, man? Glad to have you back on.
Yo! John Kim 77. You know how I do. When I come on Crypto Blood's channel, I get this energy. I feel like I feel like I can be me. I feel like
there
I
you
can
go.
just chill and just say what I want and how I want without trying to sound smart or without trying to sound intelligent. So
nah, man,
this
is a Kicking It session. That means it's not an interview. We're not going to have notes and I don't have a question and an answer. No, it's just a conversation. And it's really great to have you back on, man. Your song today you picked was Tupac Changes, and you have to tell us a little bit why you picked that one.
Why the heck are we on? I mean, why the heck are we in this space if it's not for change, right? And how does change happen? Everybody thinks, when people tell me, "Oh, it's just money, it's just crypto, right? It's just investment," that really makes me upset because. If you're rich and you're well off, you probably don't care about what it takes to affect change. How many people and how much energy and time and resources it takes to actually start change and keep that momentum going, right? So it just reminded me of that song, man, because Tupac was the realest, right? And he spoke his mind, and he wasn't apologetic. I didn't agree with everything he did.
Right. As you shouldn't.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't think we should agree with everything a person we like. Right. If that's the case, and you have some type of bias going on. I mean, we all have biases, right? But I'm just saying, like, you should be critical about everyone in some form or fashion. When you said that song, though, I thought of you, like. That's you in this crypto community. Like you're going for change. Everyone sees a passion in your campaign, for Litecoin. That I think we miss that in this community. Like we don't have that anymore in this community in general. I'm just saying cryptocurrencies in general. I know you probably saw the whole Craig Wright, Tone Vase. Did you see that whole thing in London?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And the lady got up and was yelling and so on and so forth. So I just think like we're so segregated, you know what I mean? And it's just like this whole crypto thing was to get away from the bankers, but now we're fighting with amongst ourselves and letting the bankers come in.
So I'm glad you brought that up because this is one of my biggest frustrations that I see. People don't understand that everyone brings a certain energy to the space. Like to simplify it for people who doesn't really like get what energy is. Like, let's say you're fighting with your wife or your friend, and you're in the same room.
That's never happened,
right? I mean, you feel that tension. you feel that negative energy to where you almost like it's kind of unbearable to just stay there, and some people just leave, right? So there's this energy that people bring, and then there's this spirit behind what everyone says. So what I believe happened with that whole mess with Craig Wright and Tone Vase is that room was full of negative, critical energy.
Yeah.
And that's why it spread everywhere, and it became a crap show, right?
Yeah, and the media, the public, social media, we love negative energy.
Yeah.
It's like we eat it up, man, and it doesn't look good for those from the outside looking in at this community, right? Like,
so check it out, right? The same energy, the same spirit that the bankers like talk about Bitcoin as something nefarious, something illegal. It's the same spirit that some of these Bitcoin maximalists are using in calling other crypto scams and crap coins, right?
Agreed.
So it's like it's so crazy. Like for me, it's I'm a simple man with a simple plan, right? And from the beginning, I tell people I'm the chief Litecoin evangelist, and that is not a title, it's my goal, right? So every day, not every day, but a lot of times I look at myself in the mirror and I have to be brutally honest with myself. Are you representing Truth Protocol? Bitcoin and Litecoin is called the Truth Protocol. If that is real to you, if that conviction is real to you, if you believe this truth will expose the corruption and the manipulation of the banks, then you have to look deep within yourself and look and be able to say, am I conducting myself in a truthful, honest, transparent, authentic manner? And if there's a check in my spirit when I ask myself that question in the mirror, I have to rethink about my approach in my heart. And whenever I assess my heart and I feel like I'm not going the way of the truth, then I have to step back and get back to the drawing board and make sure that I fix whatever it is that is not of the truth or authenticity. And then I have to go forward after fixing that. And if everybody practiced that, we would be so much further along. But the biggest hindrance to that is ego. Ego is when you feel like what you say and what you believe in your theory can never be wrong, right? And therefore, there's no room in your mind to listen to other people. And this can be brought on by high education. Let's say you're from Harvard or Yale and all this stuff. Your head became so big that your heart became so small. My spiritual mom once told me when I used to go out and like feed the homeless and everything, and I used to be very critical at people who wasn't living the right way. And she looked at me and told me sharply, she said, John, I'd rather you have a big heart and a small brain. Then you'll realize that people are in different positions in their lives and they're all struggling. Then if you come with your heart, they'll listen to your mind. But if you come with your mind, you're closing their heart. And this is what I'm bringing to this space. Whenever I go out and I do videos or I'm doing adoption, you can feel my energy, right? Like I'm passionate, I'm excited, I'm smiling, I'm bringing this great energy. Why? Because deep inside, I know I'm representing Litecoin. And whenever I meet people, I want people to see me and realize that Litecoin is fun, it's exciting, it's fit, it's passionate, right? It doesn't lie, it's the truth, it is transparent. Like, this is so simple, but everybody misses this. If I love Bitcoin, if I love Litecoin, then whatever I do has to be in line with the fundamentals of Bitcoin and Litecoin. And what we're doing right now is we're taking theory and we're making that the end all and be all. And we're just like forgetting about everything that is important, which is the 99% of the people who doesn't have the time, intellect, or the schooling to be able to understand the intricacies of a blockchain.
Right. So what is your thought of the state of crypto then? With all that being said, it sounds like it's the antithesis of what we have right now in the crypto community. It seems like it's the opposite of what's going on. Where do you, like, how do you assess what the crypto community is at right now, like where we are, and where do you think we're going? Are we going in the right direction, or do we need more people like you in the community?
Well, crypto, check it out. The oil falls from the head to the floor. Look at our government. Look at the Democrats and Republicans. I've never seen, like, I don't talk politics. I'm not for any of them, right? But here's the thing. It's literally a crap show. It's literally like everybody pointing fingers and, and making up stuff, whatever, right? So if we're living under that energy, if the leaders of this country are infighting in that way, all that energy flows down, and everybody is is being affected by that division. Look, people say Austrian economics or Keynesian, right? Economics. Why does it have to be one or the other? It's like Calvinism and Arminianism, right? In Christianity. Why does it have to be one or the other? There's too many variables involved to be one or the other. Why does it have to be Democratic or Republican?
I think it's human. I actually think it's human nature. I think it's human nature for us to have factions, have cliques.
It is.
Group
in
up.
Doing so, you are causing more division than unity.
I agree.
Because they think that in doing so, they're pushing for unity, right? But what's really happening is because you only have two choices, people are forced to be on one side or the other. And it becomes this tribalism, it becomes religion, it becomes my party. And there is no room for debate or conversation because both sides think that they can never be wrong. So I get really frustrated. So I've decided that for me, I just got to focus on one thing, right? Look, I'm a simple man with a simple plan. What I mean by that is like, I can't focus on two things at once. I have to focus on one thing and I go all in. And therefore, I believe that I'm going to pass many people by because everybody else is concentrating on 4 or 5 things. I don't have time for that because I'm 42. I started too late in this game. I'm not going to learn how to code and program, right? So only thing I know that I can affect change is adoption to the real people in the streets, the real businesses in the world. I can go out there and speak to them because I've been with the lowest of the lows, with the homeless people. I lived in homeless shelter. And then I've had 15 businesses in my life in 5 years. So I know these two areas, even though I don't have education, right? So I have to take what I know and what I'm experienced in, and I got to take that and run with it. So I don't know if you heard this story about Gandhi, right? Mom comes to Gandhi and says, "Can you tell my kid to stop eating candy?" He tells his mom, "Come back in 6 months." Comes back in 6 months. Gandhi says, "Hey, stop eating candy." The mom says, "Why did it take you 6 months?" And he said, "Because 6 months ago I was eating candy." See, this is what we need in this space. If you're not living it, if you're not practicing it, if you're not knee deep, neck deep into whatever you're talking about, don't talk about it.
Right.
Everybody has their two satoshis, like you say, about every subject without even really understanding or being experienced in that subject.
So on another note, man, like how I remember when I met you, I think it was at the first Litecoin summit, and I was really shocked that you knew who I was. I was like, dang, this guy knows who I am. I was like, damn. Your relationship with Charlie Lee, I think it was kind of just starting at that point. You were still his bodyguard.
I just became his physical bodyguard.
Yeah. Where are you guys at now, and how has your relationship evolved over the last year and some change? Like, how are you guys, and kind of just give us a little glimpse into that whole relationship, because he's a special individual, man. He's a smart guy. He's not a man of many words, it seems, but he's like cemented in this crypto game as like the first altcoin,
Yeah. So I mean, like, we all came into Litecoin and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency because of money, right?
Yeah.
And if you say that's not the case, then you need to look at yourself in the mirror, like I told. But right now, after about 2.5 years, whether people believe me or not, for me, this is not about money. If it was about money, I would get paid right now. And a lot of people are offering to pay me a lot of money, but I reject every single offer because I want to be able to say that I'm in the same shoes as you. I'm using my own Litecoin, and I'm not going to tell people to spend their Litecoin if I'm not using my own. And the reason I bring that up is Charlie has become my mentor now. And he has been teaching me and guiding me about life, about character, about ethics, about consistency and looking at the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, I don't do giveaways. I don't do shortcuts to gain followers.
Yeah.
I do what I do because I always say this, right? When I used to fight in a cage, I had many friends who took growth hormones, pre-workouts, and all kinds of stuff. And they win. They gain a lot temporarily, but in the long run, it's not good, right? So what happens in social media right now is that so many people are taking shortcuts. Right. And what that does is it stunts your creativity. Because every time you don't have anything to say and you want more followers, you cannot wait so that you give away and then you gain all these followers that don't care about you.
Right.
And you just
I want followers that care about me, you know, and it seems like that's what you have. You have a like a group, a community that's behind you, man. It's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Who creates your memes, man? Like, where do you get these memes from? Are you creating these, or you have like just some of your followers that send them to you and then you put them out?
No, 100% me on my phone. I don't even use a computer.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no, because think about it. When I first got on, okay, do you know why I got on Twitter besides getting cryptocurrency news? It's because I don't know how to write well. I don't know where the punctuations go. Yeah. I don't know, I don't know how to form a perfect sentence. So, but I always go after the things that I suck at, because in order for me to get better, I have to be embarrassed, right? So I got on Twitter.
I love Twitter. Yeah,
and I do it, and I got on because I sucked at writing, and I wanted to get better, right? And then I sucked at memes. I sucked at GIFs. So everything that I'm doing right now is I don't watch TV. I don't do anything outside of working out and thinking about adoption. So in my spare time, I make memes and GIFs, and I have backups already. So I have all this in my meme GIF folder that I make on the airplane ride or during break time.
Man, you make some of the best memes in the crypto. Seriously,
you know what? Honestly,
you make some of the best memes in the crypto game.
No, but I think it sucks. But I think I'm getting better because I've done so much of it now that I'm actually getting a hang of it a little bit.
Yeah, let's talk about this tweet, man. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. You put up. I don't know when you put this up, but this really this got me. Money versus heart. He says, money, you do just enough. You hate going to work and you can't wait till it's over. You step on anyone to get a promotion. No hunger, drive, or passion. And then you say conviction. Do over and beyond. Forget to eat. Raise others up with you. Hunger, grit, obsession. Is that pretty much what made you put that tweet out?
Because it's my heart, like everybody's trying to tweet some clever tweet, but like if you look at my Twitter, it's how I feel at that moment, and I gotta get it off my chest. Since I don't journal, Twitter is like my journal, right? And sometimes people agree, and some people think that I'm stupid, but it's everything that I say is not regurgitating information. I'm literally sharing my heart with you from the experience of 42 years of living on this earth, right? So, I made some money in my life, and when I made money, I had more negative effects than positive. You know what I mean? Like, so people who's never had money believe that money will change everything for the good, but they don't know the obstacles and the trials and the tribulations that money bring to your pride, to how you react and act towards your family and your wife, because you think you're all that now, right? And you have all these options, right, available that you've never had.
It was interesting seeing 2017, man, seeing a lot of people in this space. I didn't really personally know them, but just observing people online, their swag, they were swagged out, man. 2017, people had a bag. They had a whole bunch of bags. So you saw like a different, just comparing and contrasting to 2018 and 19, you start to see the difference. And it's honestly, it's crazy because this is really what I saw was the opposite. I saw a lot of people in 2017, at least in the chat rooms and stuff, being so nice and generous and just giddy and happy. But it seems like when they lost all the money in 18 and 19, there's so much fighting and people are getting nasty, man. People are getting nasty.
Yo, blood. Do you want me to tell you why I don't accept donations and I don't get paid by other companies? Because there's no free lunch, man.
Right.
Every single dollar that you get from donations from people, when all things are good, it's all good. But when things go south, they will say something to you like, hey, you know how much I gave you? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So there were some people who reached out to me and was like, hey man, I really, really appreciate what you're doing for adoption. Can I please send you a Litecoin? And I always say this. I said, number one, are you down on your investment? If yes, I don't want it. Number two, are you full of joy and you really just want to give this out of your own heart and there's no strings attached? Ask yourself this two questions, because if it's no to both, I can't take that money. Because I'm 42. I know money has tails, man. You know, and they feel like they can tell you something or how you should do something when they donate or give money to you. So I'd rather be me. Like even with Speed and app, right? I don't get paid. The guys I don't even own Flexacoin. I don't even plan to own Flexacoin, right? Why is that?
Because you don't want to be controlled by it. You don't want to feel like you're obligated to them.
I don't want anybody to tell me when and how to do what I do, because that takes away my creativity, my passion, and my obsession. And anything that touches that, it's going to literally ruin me. And when I went to China, they showed me a list of Twitter shills and how much they charge per retweet. And I said to the girls over there, your whole goal on Twitter is to never make that list.
Interesting. Yeah, man, that's deep, bro. So how do you make money then? You know, how do you monetize this movement? Because we still do need money to eat, to put food on the table for the family, to have a roof over our head. How do you monetize your movement?
So remember, this is my conviction.
Yeah.
Right. So if anybody else does a giveaway, anybody else take donations, I am not hating on it.
Right.
Do what you gotta do. But for me, I really believe somebody in Litecoin has to set the standard. And I have to set that standard. Even if it means, I don't want to go into details, even if it means I go into debt. I'd rather be in debt, right? Than to compromise my conviction and character over money. Because listen, in 5 years, the biggest asset in this world will be trust. And I'm long on Bitcoin and Litecoin. I'm long on character and trust.
Why do you say that? That's a good, I've never heard that put that way. Like, why do you say trust will be one of the more valued commodities, if you want to call it that, in the next couple of years?
Blood, who can you trust these days? You can't even trust any of the leading magazine or newspaper articles.
No,
right?
You can't. No.
Which politicians are you going to trust?
And you know what is crazy? Because I literally this morning, I don't know if you ever heard of what is it called?
Deep fake.
Deep think.
Yeah. Deep fake. where they can change people's faces.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now you have Google, Facebook, they're spending billions of dollars to try to detect deep think.
Yep. That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
That's what I'm saying. When I'm looking at things in a globally, I truly believe, and mark my freaking words, man, trust will be the biggest asset in 5 years. I promise you that.
But how does that look though? Like, how do you validate trust? How do you, other than, we know with cryptos, you don't have to trust, right? That's the beautiful thing about it. It's a trustless transaction. But aside from crypto, how do you envision that? What does that look like? What does that trust commodity look like?
It looks like this. Whoever values trust will have a long history of consistency of being truthful. When I say truth and trust, I don't mean you can't make mistakes.
Right.
I mean, if you make mistake, own up to it.
Right.
And let the world know that you made a mistake, and then you pick yourself up and you move forward again, right? Mm-hmm. Right now, look, why do you think Bitcoin and Litecoin is called the Truth Protocol? It came about because there was so much corruption and lies within the money system that Bitcoin came out from nowhere by Satoshi Nakamoto to expose. You know what light does to darkness? Light exposes darkness. Truth exposes lies. Mm-hmm. Right? So for me, it's in 5 years, people are going to be always looking over their shoulders, wondering who's trying to scam them, who's telling the truth, who's telling lies. And the only people that are left that are trustworthy are the people that have proved for years and years and years that they were consistent with their conviction and with their transparency and authenticity. And that in itself is going to be harder work than adoption.
What are your thoughts about this? I don't want to really get too political. You say you don't like doing that, but you speak of trust, and the first thing I think of is, at least now, currently is really big in the media and on Twitter and stuff, is this whole social score in China, like, and you know what's going on in Hong Kong. Like, what are your thoughts on that, and how does that play into this whole you say about trust? Like, they're using your face, your facial recognition, and what you do to build a trust profile on you over there. What are your thoughts about that? How does cryptocurrencies help with that, or not? I don't know. Like, give me your thoughts about that, because we're just talking about trust.
I think whatever is happening over there is it's nuts, man. You know, and I don't want to say anything about countries that I haven't studied, but the Chinese government is trying to take control, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And whenever you try to take control back after years and years, there's going to be a fight, just like Bitcoin is in a fight.
Yeah. Do you see that happening here? As far as maybe not so much the social score thing, but a fight between the government and cryptocurrencies. One thing I want to, just before you answer that question, if you notice how the government's attacked Libra, I had my man Mike from Rethinking the Dollar on, and we talked about this, and he brought up a great point. Like, he's like, well, why are they attacking Libra to that extent and not attacking Bitcoin that way? And I can extend that to, you know, even Litecoin, right? Why aren't governments attacking Bitcoin and Litecoin the way they are with Libra? What are your thoughts on that?
Whatever we see is probably not the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever they want us to see on the headline is probably the very thing they want us to focus on. And there's something else brewing behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. How do I know this? You play poker?
No, not really. No.
Okay.
No.
So when you play poker, you bluff.
Right.
And you always show your opponents what you want them to see. But what you have underneath is completely different. Right?
So you're saying they're attacking Libra as a public,
I think it's a smokescreen.
Smokescreen.
Because you know Facebook is in bed with the government. I mean, you know, like, Facebook cannot grow to that size and not be affected or connected with the government somehow, some way.
They surely are. But I think them making that move to try to establish their own currency is where they cross the line, in my opinion, with their relationship with the government. My opinion.
I think this is all just a play for all the dumb people, the population, mm-hmm. to sit there and argue and think about. but I just think there's a bigger thing happening behind the scenes. Do I know what it is? No, but
So do you think Libra is actually going to roll out at some point in the future?
I'm not saying that. No,
okay, yeah,
I'm not
I don't think so.
I'm just saying whatever is in our face right now is not the truth.
Right. No, I got you. Definitely, definitely. So tell us about your company, man. I didn't even know really too much about this. Cornerstone Global Management. What is the whole goal of this company? When did you found it? I didn't even know about it.
So, Blood, when you think of me, what word pops into your mind?
Ambitious. That's just the first thing I think of.
How about adoption? Is that a pretty big word up there?
Yeah. So
everything
ambitious
I do
about adoption. How about that?
Yeah. So everything I do, eat, sleep, breathe, think, is about adoption.
Mm-hmm.
Not because I'm a smart guy, but because, like I told you earlier, I only like to focus on one thing and run hard with it. Right. So Cornerstone Global is a company that me and David Schwartz, the project director of the Litecoin Foundation, founded, and it's a way to get everybody in the world. We have money transmitter license already all set up for Southeast Asia and Europe, United States, to where everybody can get paid a portion of their pay in crypto. They choose how many percent, 1%, 2%, 3%, 5%, it doesn't matter. They choose the percent and we facilitate that for them. Why is this important? Being in the space 2.5 years, I realized one thing: nothing beats dollar cost average, right? That's true. I mean, because we're only offering Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, right? So I actually have a chart that I'm making, about dollar cost averaging and how it beats you trying to catch a falling knife or, trying to play. I always say trading is like having a math contest with a calculator, right? It's unless you're really been in the space or experienced.
Yeah, for most it's not going to work. For 97% of people, it's not. Yeah, absolutely.
If you're not obsessed with trading, and you don't have like 4 or 5 years under your belt of like getting wrecked and learning the patterns, you're just not going to be able to compete. It's like me trying to go to the Olympics and trying to run a 100-meter, dash with some of the Olympians. It's just not gonna happen overnight. So for me, dollar cost average to me is the best method. So that's what we're offering to the people around the world. If they're interested in Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, they can choose how many percent they want their paycheck in those cryptocurrencies.
Are you planning on adding any additional coins?
No.
Or just starting with those three?
Because I think everything else just doesn't have the history.
Okay.
Right? And whether like other coins are legit or not, that's not for me to judge, because I'm a Litecoin guy. And the only reason and the only reason I truly believe in Litecoin is because since 2011 it had zero downtime, 100% uptime, running flawlessly. It doesn't matter what price, it doesn't matter what anyone says about development, or it doesn't matter, Litecoin Foundation is going broke. It doesn't matter. Litecoin Foundation is 2.5 years old, and Litecoin has been going strong since 2011. And for me, today I started a little Litecoin campaign that says Litecoin is just reliable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And no other blockchain can say they have 100% zero time. Zero downtime.
Yeah, it's interesting to see you talk about downtime, because I don't know if you heard about, I saw this on Twitter, Chime has been down I think for over a day now. I don't know if you know about Chime, little debit card bank, like online bank. So Litecoin has been
that's what I'm
up.
saying. People have no idea how much of a feat it is to have zero downtime in like 8 years.
Yeah.
Like every company, everything that
Amazon has had down, everyone.
Every single one has, even Bitcoin had a downtime 6 hours.
Sure, yeah.
Right.
Sure 2011, I think.
So for me, it's like, you know how I told you I take one thing and I run with it.
Yep.
I take the best thing about Litecoin, which is no other blockchain can say they had a zero downtime in 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Even Bitcoin would say they're 99% reliable. No other blockchain can say we're 100% reliable as far as downtime is concerned. There's over $500 billion transacted on Bitcoin, on the Litecoin network
Since inception.
without a downtime. That is incredible to me. And people, they just can't fathom how great of an achievement that is.
No, it is. And, you know, we may have our disagreements about the utility or use case for Litecoin, but I certainly have to agree with you on the fact that I think Litecoin isn't going anywhere. Just from the sheer fact that it's the first altcoin, like that right there cements it.
But even if it does, bro, I'm all in. I'm going to go out swinging. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go out swinging whether it fails or it succeeds, because I mean, that's the definition of conviction. I've already counted the cost of what it's going to take for me to push this thing.
Right.
And I'm willing to go over and beyond what everybody thinks that I can do. And I've only gotten started. It's only been like a year since I've really started pushing this thing, right?
Yeah.
And here's another thing. I'm only going 50%. Because in my 5 years of business, I had 2 nervous breakdowns because I was going 100% for 5 years. And I literally killed myself from overworking. I slept 4 hours a day, woke up at 4 in the morning and did all these things. And then I realized from that experience that if I want to have longevity in Litecoin, I have to realize that this is a marathon and I have to go 50% and slowly go up from here.
Yeah, no, I agree. Work smarter, not harder. In many cases, for sure. So that's like I said, I think what you're doing with the whole your new company, Cornerstone Global Management, I think is great, because I see that as a good way of accumulating Litecoin from your check, almost like a savings account, but more like money market account kind of. You know, at least, you know, we know that over time, these assets should go up.
I mean, it's like what Pomp says, right? It's the best. It's what Pomp says. It's the best performing asset in the last 12 years, right? Bitcoin is.
Yeah.
So and another thing is, when I went to Asia, a lot of the exchanges have communities there, and these young kids, 17, 18, 20, they're coming into this space as a gambler, as a trader, right? Yeah. And I just thought that, and
even here too.
Yeah, and they didn't even know what makes a blockchain work.
Right.
So I just believe what we're doing is not allowing people to go on exchanges, and if they really believe that this is a good performing asset, they can just sit at home and just continue with their life, and it automatically does it for them.
Yeah.
Because because once you start trading, right, you think you're a genius, and you're gonna go through this year or two of getting wrecked.
You're gonna lose.
Yeah, you're gonna lose, and I've been there, and I don't want people to feel like I felt whenever I was thinking, you know, that I was a genius and I was getting wrecked, and thinking that I was a genius again, and realizing that this is a losing effort.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. Stack those sats. That's what my man Max Kaiser say. Stack sats every day. I think that is a good way for newbies to get in here, and even people who have been in the game for a few years, to just put something aside, forget about it. You know, that's what happened with me. I forgot about some of those Litecoins, and I was mining back in the day. You know, and it was great
OG,
to see,
man. You're an OG for this game.
Yeah, and it's great to be able to see. Oh man, I forgot about that stash over there. So
you're crypto blood. I'm the young blood.
Oh man, Johnny Kim, man, I really always enjoy having you on. Any last thoughts, man, for the community, for the world?
Yeah, this is probably one of the most important things that I'm gonna say, and you got to catch this. You can't just hear this. You won't understand this. You got to catch this. Your behaviors and your actions form habits, and the collection of your habits become your paradigms. And if you're not doing different behaviors and actions, you'll live the rest of your life in your paradigm and believe that there is no other paradigm that you can shift to. The reason I spend Litecoin is not because of any other reason, but to change behavior and action so that people can have a paradigm shift. Whenever I went to AMC Theater and my son, who had Litecoin, when he was able to purchase my tickets and food with Litecoin through Speed and app, boom. There was a change in his mind. I didn't have to explain to him what a blockchain was. I didn't have to tell him the technology. In his mind, in his 12-year-old mind, it went from a speculative asset to real money that can purchase real goods and services in the real world. Why is action so important? Because action creates habit, and habit changes paradigms. Unless people's paradigm changes, we will always be messing around crypto with manipulators as a speculative asset. And all we're gonna do is debate and argue who is more correct and who is more secure, who is more faster. What I'm bringing to this space is a paradigm shift. And I don't want you to spend Litecoin, Bitcoin, whatever it is, to buy a car. I'm asking you to go buy a cup of coffee. I'm asking you to spend $5 because I want you to experience in your brain that cryptocurrency is a currency that people are starting to accept for goods and services. See, so many people don't understand what they're capable of. And I did this test, blood. You know what I hate the most at the gym?
What's that?
I hate pull-ups, man. But you know what pull-ups are? It's the true test of a man's strength. When I used to bench 325, I couldn't do 10 pull-ups.
Really?
Yeah. But check it out. I think 2-3 months ago, I could only do 5 pull-ups. And you know, I'm pretty fit guy.
Yeah.
Every day I did 100 pull-ups. Now I can do 25 nonstop. I started 1,000 jump ropes. I went to 3,000. I went to 5,000 in one session. What am I trying to say? People have no idea what they're capable of. If they're willing to push themselves, they will be surprised how much they can progress in their life, in health, in fitness, in knowledge. And the reason I'm putting myself in this place is because I want, like before, I'm not gonna tell you who, but somebody is working out really hard right now. But when I told him to work out, I put myself in the gym. Because I told him to work out, I wanted to make sure that I'm working out twice as hard as he is because I wanted him to know that I support him.
Right.
So I just want your listeners and the people in crypto to do one thing. I'm 42 and I plan to be in the best shape of my life this year.
Wow.
Why? Because I need the energy and I need the strength to push for adoption because it's hard. It's really hard when you're traveling all the time, when you're hitting the road. I want to be the face of what a Litecoin is, which is strong, fit, secure, passionate. And so if you like a certain coin, look at the fundamentals of your coin and make sure that you're representing your coin and your community.
Look at the community. Yeah, I would say look at the community. Yep, look at the community, because that is a reflection of really what the coin is all about, in my opinion.
See, yep, I went out, right? I went out, and now everyone's going out. Cat, Red Cat Life, she went out in her van, traveled around the United States like I did. There's a guy in a truck planting seeds everywhere because he's a truck driver. I always say this: you may have more followers than me, but you don't have what I have. I have 15,000 people that will walk through the fire with me. I have 15,000 people who's willing to get out of their ass and go out there and push for adoption with boots on the ground. I'm the only one in Twitter right now that can make people move to action, not by coercion, not by telling them what to do, but by setting the example myself 10 times before I ask anyone to do it.
Man, no, that's great, man. We need more people like you, John, and we definitely have to have you on after the new year to give me an update on things. Yeah, I want to see you run that marathon in under 2 minutes, baby. Can you do that? That.
First of all, oh man, that was crazy, bro. That was crazy. But you know what though? I am attempting a jump rope record.
Wow, man. You've done 5,000 jump ropes in one session.
Dude, check it out. Like, I'm telling you, like, I was so like shocked but what my body could do. I was doing 3-minute rounds. I went to 5, and then I went to 10-minute rounds. I mean, nonstop jump rope. And then I went to 35 minutes. This is in a matter of like a month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah.
And look, I'm 42. Like, I'm not in the best shape of my life, but I will be.
Yeah.
Because if I keep saying it, my body has to follow what I'm declaring, right?
Yeah.
But I really think I can jump rope for the next thing I'm pushing is for 1 hour straight with no breaks. So it's gonna be pretty crazy. I've already done 35 and took a minute break and did another 15 minutes. But remember, I started from 3 minutes and resting 2 minutes. So like, I'm just realizing what happens if I put the same effort in adoption. Who can stop us?
Yeah, no, I agree, man. That's crazy. That is awesome. I hope you do it. Behind you 100%, man. So John Kim, Litecoin evangelist, co-owner of Cornerstone Global Management.
Let me tell you why I feel like I'm the most successful person in crypto right now. Real quick. So many people have more money than me. So many people have more Bitcoin. I mean, I don't even have Bitcoin. I have very little Bitcoin. So many people have more Litecoin than me, whatever. That's fine, right? But I gained the trust of Charlie Lee.
Yeah.
And Charlie doesn't trust many people. So for me, I don't care what anyone says. Just because I gained this trust, I feel like that I'm one of the most successful people in this space right now.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. So again, man, I appreciate you coming on today, and I'm gonna definitely have you on again. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, your boy Adam Charles, Chuck.
Yeah.
He said he's gonna knock you out.
He don't want
so you better watch out.
He will be done in one.
That's for you, Adam.
I love you, Adam.
It's your boy Crypto Blood. That's another Kicking It session with my man Johnny Kemp. We out of here, people. Changes. Tupac. Holla. Oh, yeah.